Some folks glide through life like they're wrapped in invisible armor, not made of steel, but forged from self-awareness. You can't guilt-trip them. You can't pressure them into saying yes when they mean no. You can't dangle drama in front of them and expect a reaction. They see right through smoke and mirrors with a calm so sharp it unnerves people who rely on chaos to get what they want. Psychologists call this emotional independence, the quiet power to stay centered while the world tries to yank you off balance. In this video, we're diving deep into the subtle, almost silent traits that make certain people utterly impossible to manipulate, trick, or emotionally hijack. And trust me, these aren't flashy moves. No grand speeches, no dramatic exits, just quiet strength that shifts everything beneath the surface. First, they think for themselves, completely, not because they're stubborn, but because they've done the hard work of figuring out who they are and what they stand for. While others chase trends, echo opinions, or mold themselves to fit in, these individuals anchor their choices in logic, not popularity. Science backs this up. People who resist manipulation have what's called a strong internal reference point. That means their compass doesn't spin every time someone shouts, "Everyone's doing it," or whispers, "You're the only one who feels that way." Those lines, classic manipulation bait. But when you've already built your own belief system, tested it in fire, refined it through doubt, and stood by it anyway, you don't need applause to feel sure. You're immune to peer pressure, herd mentality, and the desperate need to be liked. Your confidence comes from within, not from the crowd's approval. Second, they question everything, relentlessly. Manipulators absolutely dread one word: why? Because that tiny question cracks open hidden agendas like a crowbar. Emotionally intelligent people don't swallow stories whole. They lean in gently but firmly. That doesn't quite add up. Why would I be responsible for that? What proof actually supports this? This isn't cynicism, it's intellectual self-defense. While most folks nod along to the first reasonable-sounding explanation, the unmanipulatable dig deeper. They spot contradictions. They notice when words and actions don't match. The second something feels off, they investigate, not with suspicion, but with clarity. And that habit, it kills manipulation before it even gets off the ground. Third, they never react emotionally on the spot. Most manipulation thrives on one thing: getting you to respond before you think. But emotionally grounded people have mastered the art of the pause, even just 2 seconds. In that breath, they create a fortress between stimulus and response. They might take a slow inhale, name the emotions swirling inside, or drop their awareness into their body. This is emotional regulation in action, not suppressing feelings, but steering them. Research shows that when you refuse to give the reaction someone's fishing for, their whole game collapses, the drama fizzles, the power flips. Their calm isn't emptiness, it's laser focus. While others spiral into defense or panic, they're observing, analyzing, planning. And when they finally speak, every word is chosen, not spilled. Fourth, their boundaries are unshakable. From day one, they set clear expectations. Respect is non-negotiable. They say no without apology, guilt, or a 5-minute justification. They know kindness isn't the same as obligation, and they won't confuse the two. Manipulators love phrases like, "If you really cared," or "You owe Millie," but those lines bounce right off. Why? Because these people don't hand over emotional leverage. They don't overshare vulnerabilities or justify their limits. Their boundaries speak for themselves, loudly, clearly, without drama. They act based on their values, not someone else's demands. And if a line gets crossed, they call it out. Or better yet, they walk away. No backward glance needed. Fifth, they don't crave external validation, none of it. Compliments, nice but not necessary. Attention, optional. Approval, irrelevant. This is the ultimate shield. Flattery fails, love bombing crashes. The classic praise, then withdraw trap, useless. Studies show these individuals have low social dependency. They don't need to be liked to feel worthy. Manipulators target those hungry for connection, dangling affection like bait. But if you're already full from within, you won't bite. You live by your own standards, not someone else's scoreboard. You won't twist yourself into knots just to avoid discomfort or keep someone happy. Your integrity is your anchor, and that self-trust makes you untouchable. Sixth, they watch patterns, not promises. Anyone can say anything, but behavior tells the real story. These people judge trust by consistency, especially under stress. How does someone act when embarrassed, when told no, when corrected? They understand intermittent reinforcement, the toxic cycle of bad behavior, tearful apology, repeat, that hooks most people in confusion and hope. But the unmanipulatable, they compare words to actions and always choose actions. A loud, "I'm sorry," means nothing if the pattern stays the same. They treat empty promises as data, not transformation, and you can't fool someone who decides based on evidence, not emotion. Seventh, they wield silence like a scalpel. Most misunderstand this. It's not coldness or control, it's diagnosis. When they go quiet, they're watching. Who respects the space? Who panics? Who turns aggressive or guilt-trippy? Silence strips away noise. It creates distance, and distance reveals truth. Research confirms it. Stepping back lets them see loyalty, motive, and maturity without emotional fog. And because silence starves attention, seekers and control freaks of the fuel they crave, manipulation suffocates. Their quiet isn't avoidance, it's clarity in its purest form. Here's the raw truth: you cannot manipulate someone who knows themselves deeply, questions everything, owns their emotions, guards their boundaries, and doesn't need your stamp of approval. They're not cold, they're awake, conscious, calm in the storm. And the best part, anyone can cultivate this. Real power isn't about controlling others, it's about refusing to let others control you. When you understand your triggers, honor your limits, and act from integrity, your reactions stop being weapons others can use against you. These quiet behaviors don't build walls, they build freedom. And in a world full of noise, that kind of stillness, it's revolutionary. If this hit home and you love psychology served straight up with zero fluff, smash subscribe. You'll want more of this.